What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Wow, it sure has been a while, hasn't it, Jesse?
It really has, Gus. I believe our last newscast was live with Planet Money in the Wampac, which definitely wasn't 2 months ago.
Yep, sorry for the delay, everyone. That's Jesse's fault.
Definitely not my fault, but thanks, Gus.
Let's move on.
Anyway, welcome back to the March newscast, everyone. Since it has been a while, we thought to refresh your memory to remind you that my name is Jesse Bao.
And I'm Gus Hammond. Welcome back to the LPHS newscast.
So since, again, it has been a very long time, we have a lot to cover, so let's hop right into that.
To start, we have a segment about the upcoming musical put on by the famous director John Zirkle, producer Barbara Riley, choreographer Jennifer. Don't really know her last name. Do you know her last name? I'm so sorry, Jennifer.
Waters.
And stage manager Maddie Brown. Let's take a look at Cinderella.
Thank you so much, Abby. Just a reminder that tickets are on sale now on the Wampac website. It has been 9 years since the very first musical, and coincidentally, that play was also Cinderella.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't it? Don't worry though, this Cinderella is a modern take on the classic story the LPHS Thespians performed 9 years ago.
No.
That being said, please show your support on April 5th and 6th for the showing of Cinderella.
Now that Jesse's monologue is over, let's move on to the world of sports. If you didn't hear, the LPHS boys basketball team got 4th place in districts, 2nd place in divisionals after an amazing upset win in the not the play-in game. What's that game called? The challenge game against Harrison.
Yep.
And they ended up making to the state tournament for the first time, I don't know, ever. And not only that, but the girls team made it as far as they ever have in divisionals. And so all good things going on. They even ended their season with a W over Ennis, who's kind of our rivals now. So great to hear. Let's hear more from Max Romney.
What is up, Lone Peak sports fans? Welcome back to this month's LPHS Sportscast. We've got a lot to cover. We had some history in the last couple months. I don't know if many of you saw, but as Gus mentioned, both our boys and girls basketball teams made history over the last couple months. The girls team is one of the only teams in the state that is going to go out with a win on their season. They beat Ennis in the 3rd place game to take 3rd in divisionals, and only them and the state champion will end their season on a win. So congratulations, girls, and congratulations to Maddie Cohn and Jesse Bao, who both finished the season with all conference honors. It's a huge accomplishment, guys. Well done. As far as the boys team went, we made a really exciting run once again, or not once again, but for the first time ever this year. Not only did we make it out of districts for the first time ever, but we took 2nd place in divisionals for the first time ever, beating our rivals West Yellowstone and the number 4 team in the state, Harrison Willow Creek. We then went to the state tournament for the first time in Lone Peak sports history. And although we didn't perform as well as we could have, it was still a really great experience. Well done, boys. A couple boys finished with some honors as well. Gus Hammond was all conference and Max Romney was all state. Well done, boys. Coming up in sports, we've got track, which, I don't know, as you'll see in Ron's weather report, there's still a lot of snow on the ground, so we don't know when the first meet will be. The same goes for baseball. The inaugural season for baseball is coming up, so good luck to everybody participating in those too. That's all for me. Thank you guys for being awesome fans throughout the basketball season. Let's keep it up through baseball and track season. Go Bighorns.
Okay. Thank you for that, Max. Moving on, while you may have seen us on the live stage at the beginning of February, you haven't seen Ron in quite a while.
Actually, Jesse, I believe the last time we saw Ron was when he was hucking off that 30-footer cliff.
I definitely think 30 is an overstatement. But anyway, what is the weather looking like, Ron?
Oh, howdy folks. came out of retirement for this one. My name is Puxatony Ron, and my prediction, either spring or 6 more weeks of winter. And due to the fact that I cannot see my shadow and it is 7:30 on a Thursday night in March, there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. There's snow. There's a lot of it. It's going to take a while. The rapids this spring on the river are going to be killer. And keeping it short this week. See you later.
Wow, thanks for that insightful interpretation of the weather, Ron. I actually have some bad news to share with everyone. Ron told me he's retiring after this season of Newscast. Apparently, he signed a pretty nice contract with CNN. You know, hard to turn that down. And it turns out he's giving the world weather report, you know, one report for each continent, that jazz. So,
Wow, good for him. Personally, I'm very excited to see Ron on the global stage.
Me too.
But I'm sure everyone here will miss him. And, you know, Gus, while we're on the topic of missing people,
because we know you guys will miss us all so much.
and if you didn't know, Gus and I are
A
seniors.
senior, meaning we graduate relatively soon.
This means that we must pass the baton on to the next anchors in the coming months. There will be an email sent out to everyone to see who has an interest in taking over this wonderful newscast and seeing what it's like to be us. I know that some people have already shown interest in the life behind the desk, so stay in touch.
It just seems like yesterday, Jesse, when you and I were wee little sophomores filming the first newscast after Michael and Riley put me on the spot to give me a joke to say time flies.
Before things get too sentimental, we actually have a special guest for everyone.
Riley, come on back here, man.
Yeah, just come
We
on right here.
will now introduce to you Riley Neva.
Come on right here in the middle, right between us.
Right
This is
between
Riley
us.
Neva, everyone. Riley, say hi. Riley, so the spelling bee just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what happened. What competition did you go to?
Well, first I went to the district spelling bee. Then I went to state after I qualified. And that was, then I got out in state. So
Then you went to nationals?
no, I got out in state, so I couldn't quite go to nationals.
I see.
So Riley, how did you prepare for the spelling bee? How do you prepare? What do you do to get ready?
They usually send out an email of words that we study, and so I just studied those words for a while, and
Your word is newscast.
NEWSCAST, or is
There we go.
Sounds like pretty good stuff. Well, Riley, thanks for coming, man.
yeah.
Congratulations on going so far.
Congratulations, you did great. Thanks for showing off the school right. Okay.
Again, congratulations to Riley. We do know that this has been a long newscast already.
Let's pick up the pace. Come on.
Yes. All right.
Well, yes, I do agree on that. Next up, we have a little segment about the future of sports at LPHS. So what did you put together for us, Jesse? Let's take a look.
So Lone Peak High School will be moving to Class B next school year, meaning in a few months, we're going to be carrying on with our fall and winter sports season versus Class B teams. Basically, this all changed when the Montana High School Association lowered its enrollment for all classifications, and Class C became an enrollment of 0 to 100. Some of the sports will stay the same. We'll still play 8-man football, we'll still play Class A soccer, but for volleyball, basketball, track, tennis, golf, we will be competing in Class B. Basically what that means for the school is we are competing against bigger schools. We will be in a district with Three Forks, Whitehall, Townsend, Manhattan, and Jefferson. We'll be competing in a different class. So it's going to be a bit of a change, but we're excited for the growth and we're excited to get going in a new chapter for Lone Peak High School athletics.
As you can tell.
Yeah, I like the bighorn at the end there. That was sweet.
Thank you. As you can tell, this is quite a transformation for our school.
Yes, it is.
I'm thinking we are leaving just in time.
Yeah, indeed, Jesse, just in time. Alrighty, folks, it is officially time to talk about skiing. We haven't had a newscast since the good old ski days, so I think we need a refresh on that subject.
Smooth transition there, Gus.
There you go.
But that being said, what do you have for us, Abby?
In for the evening, underachieving, making a film about myself on the telephone. Comic impressions, subtle confessions. November 12th, I'm just at home. When you call me up and you say,
What's your favorite part of school ski day?
My favorite part of school ski day is the views.
They're so pretty. They're incredible.
My favorite part is probably hanging out with friends.
Probably not with me though.
No.
What's your favorite part of school ski day?
when you call me up and you say,
With you. Oh, he's ready for school ski day!
friends without a choice. And you can read subtitles like a pro. Narrate my life just like a foreign movie. Nothing else could be so groovy. Je dote chez vous. Vivez avec les chez vous.
Bye.
Internet. Mon amour et toi. I really love ya.
I must admit, that was pretty steezy.
Yep, that video was full of stees.
Okay.
Alrighty, folks, it is now time for the very anticipated fireside chat. Who do you have for us today, Max?
And Coulter.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fireside Chat. This is sadly the second to last Fireside Chat with me and Coulter Marino. Today we've got a really interesting guest, Mr. Aiden Germain. Aiden Germain is a star baseball player, a really stand-up man around the school community. Let's hear for what he has to say. Coulter, why don't you start us off here?
Well, as you know, as everyone knows, you're recently drafted by the Yankees, $200 million a year, 20 years. Great contract, but you decided, no, you're coming back to the peak for this right here. So tell me, why? What made you come back for baseball?
So as you said, 200 mil per year for 20 years, it's hard to pass that up. But what's going on here is, you get high school baseball one time, and just by skipping that, that's just not taking high school baseball seriously. It'd be childish of me if I were to have taken that contract.
Childish is the perfect way to describe that. I just want to shake your hand for coming back.
Very professional of you. Now, Aiden, one of the biggest parts of baseball is what many describe as flow. Now, your flow, is it in a state of lettuce right now? How would you describe your personal flow?
So actually, Max, what you could classify this as is, 12-piece basket of wings right here. So what you got, how you can determine it between the 8-piece and 12-piece, is by the length from hat to end of wing. And so based off of that length, that's how you can determine.
So you're rocking the 12-piece.
12-piece.
And
yes.
Is there a 16-piece?
Well, nothing that I've unlocked before, but I aspire to the 16-piece.
That's the goal of the season.
I think so. Yeah.
Good to know. Good stuff.
Nice.
Cool. And Aiden, I hear you have some big news you'd like to announce on the Fireside Chat this month.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Lone Peak, class of 2024, school president. I would like to announce my interest in running for school president next year.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here, folks. First, that is going to be all from us today, folks. See you next time.
Well, that was a long one. That was a long newscast.
It sure was. Let's wrap it up.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in yet again.
We only get to do this so many more times.
Well, my name's Augustus.
And my name is Jessica. Signing off.